So once you have the parties down, what business do you intend to cover under the contract? And a lot of times, business covered and reinsuring clause are used interchangeably. I think it's one, a preference, and two, whether or not you're a contract purist or not. I think of business covered as, is it property business, is it cat business, is it casualty, et cetera. So what business is subject to the treaty versus a reinsuring clause is, what's the basis of the cover? Is it excess of loss, what your retention and limit is, and is it quota share? So my preference is always to keep the two clauses separate. I've seen them come up as one clause. The London market sometimes has a different way of doing it. It really does depend on the jurisdiction that you're in, but you want to make sure that you get the business that's covered under the contract included. And this is another area where the reinsurer and the cedent may not see eye to eye on how the clause is actually drafted, because the cedent may, again, want more flexibility and just say, all property business written by the property unit. That may be a mystery to the reinsurer as to what the property unit is, but the cedent absolutely knows what it is today. It may change the next day, because a lot of companies go through name changes of business units. And so from a cedent perspective, you likely want to make that provision as broad as possible. From a reinsurer perspective, and I won't speak for Julie, I'll just set it up for her. You may want to nail it down as tight as possible so you're not getting business from unintended places, particularly when you're pricing the contract.
And I think to that extent, Deborah is exactly on point. The more specific we as a reinsurer can be and how the business is covered, the better idea we have about what it is that we are covering. One thing, Deborah did say property business written by the property department. I've seen things that are even a little more dangerous. We've seen all business written by the property division, and that, is the property division only writing property business? So when you look at the contract, if they're saying written by the commercial department or written by the property department, really would like to tie down the specific types of business as clear as more specific as specifically as you can, while still giving the ceding company the scope that they need in order to do their business.